Hello everybody, Scorpion's Fatality here, and I felt like doing a little video on how my fursuit heads, how my older heads compare to my work now. Also, I just want to give a little announcement. This little head right here, this head is tiny compared to like what I normally do. This is actually, I have decided it's going to be a little kimono style bat, and I know people are like, Scorpion, that's not how the nose is supposed to look. Well, because I don't care. It's a fake animal thing, mask, whatever. It's actually going to be having just regular horse nostrils, so I guess it's kind of like a horse bat. I don't know, whatever. Moving him over. Anyway, I want to show off like really, really old work of mine. Now, keep in mind that this is 2-year-old work, and I don't want to hear people saying how my eyes are like 10 feet deep. I did that on purpose, and honestly, I don't care. I would get I would get my first head, but she has been refurbished, so technically it's kind of cheating. This is the one head that I have that has never, ever, ever been refurbished. It's had repairs done on it, but it's never gotten features added, it's never got refurbished, nothing. The most I've done to this thing is cut the liner and fix, there was a ton of glue in the back that was like digging into my head, and I just peeled that out, and then I sewed the liner back in. This is Molly. She was made in 2016. She was originally supposed to be replacing my first fursuit head. She was either made in like late 2016 or like extremely early 2017, but I'm pretty sure she was started in 2016. I'm like 99% sure. I'll need to look at my videos again. But anyway, she is part of my own personal species. She is a very hard to wear suit. She has follow me eyes. That's why I used to do eyes this deep, because you get an extremely, extremely nice follow effect. As deep as they are, because I can literally fit like half my hand in there. She was one of the early heads that I actually got decent ventilation on. I have a head I made before her, but the problem with it, I did refurbish the muzzle, so I just wanted to show like one of my heads that I have never ever refurbished. The oldest, I mean. I've never refurbished her. I never refurbished Guts. Griff never got refurbished. Duchess. Duchess version. I should say version 3, because Griff was originally supposed to be version 2. What else? My Etten head has never gotten refurbished. My Caribou. I have a lot of heads that haven't been refurbished, but my oldest work is this lovely gal. But yeah, and you can see she has a really rough shaving job, but I really don't care. I'm actually gonna put them on really fast, but I used to heavily pad my head, so if I sound like I'm screaming at the camera, it's because I can barely hear anything. Oh, geez, I still gotta fix that issue in the back. Dang it. Her vision is about that, which isn't bad. The ventilation is like breathing out of a straw. The ventilation's about this, and you're breathing through it. These ears were from my second suit before I changed the ears, and then it was crazy. They're very floppy, wiggly ears. Woo! So let's put Molly aside. I actually will grab one of my other old suits. The only thing that's been the only big difference is that this isn't the original muzzle. If you actually, I might try and find my old videos of her and link them in the description. No promising. But the, okay, that's a water bottle hitting the wall. Okay. But this isn't the original muzzle, and the eyes I actually had to change out. It's still the original mesh. It's just the eyes were like falling apart and like grumbling from how much like I abused this head. I didn't store it properly, and I was just kind of rough with it. And when I say rough with it, I mean I would, whenever I stored her, I would like stack heads on top of her. She gets squished, and she just got like really, really beaten up sometimes. So, yeah, get your head out of the gutter. I did give her pickable nostrils. I did have a version 2, but I was not happy with having 2 heads, and plus, this actually captures the character better. She has, like, her ventilation is about, like, that much. So, yes, I'm not trying her on right now, because, like, I can barely even get her on anymore. Though, I love her, and she is a very, very dated head. She's very blocky. Now, one of my recent-ish, I say ish, a head that I made, I think I made in March. March or April, I don't remember. Oh, yeah, it was March, because I wanted to get him done by Treecko, and then I didn't, and I was sad. Treecko from The Last Guardian. Now, I know he has a rough shave job, and that everybody's probably like, Scorpion is not white, and why would you do the white fur all the way over? Well, the thing is, I barely had, like, any fur to use on this head. Oh, yes, and don't go to Joann's, because I spent, like, $60 or $70 for 1 yard of this fur, and they bitched at me for using coupons. It's just like, ugh. That was like the most expensive fur I bought there, and I hate it. Though I have bought like almost all my fur there, but I've just kind of said, fuck it, I don't care, they're assholes. I can make a whole video on that, honestly. Anyway, this is Treecko. He has a very, very poofy, lovely neck. He's actually carved out a very odd way. He's carved to where it's almost like one giant piece. It's almost like panels. Excuse me. It's almost like panels. And then it's just like, you carve it out. And, I'm actually not going to try him on. Just because I don't feel like it. I am exhausted. But anyway, I know I tried my one head on, but whatever. With him, his ventilation isn't the best, and that's why he didn't come to Anthrocon, in all honesty. I wanted to take him, but then I was like, yeah, his ventilation's not there. That's why I took Puff and Stuff 2 conventions in a row. I was like, I don't want to risk it, because the last 2 Anthrocons I've suffocated. But yes, this is Treecko. He has his little nubby horns. I hand sew everything, and everything's made by scratch. I do have a donut poof neck, that I can wear with him, and, I don't really have to because of how big and floofy his neck is, and he basically took up all of this fur, and it's crazy. I think the best part is, though, he has very nice ventilation. Or not ventilation, vision. And now, one of my very recent heads, whose eyes are actually shared with another head, that's why I don't glue them in. Leave me alone. I don't have mesh, and I'm not going to Joann's, because I don't have the money. This is Minty, the pan can. I can hear the creator screaming at me now. But in all seriousness, I understand why she doesn't want any partials or just heads or whatever, or no clothes, because I'm assuming she doesn't want advertising with her species. But, I just don't have the money right now. So, I'm just going to be wearing my, calico-colored bodysuit if I go out in public or make videos or whatever. So, yes, please don't murder me. He was a refurbish. I have an entire video on that. which I will link in the description later on. Um, he was a giant job to do, but, you know, I managed. But literally everything is basically rebuilt, so, yeah. It has a little tongue, and it has embroidery on it, which is just a seam line, but, I mean, same thing, right? But with him, he has very nice ventilation. His mouth opens very wide. I'm not good with bird beaks, so originally I just had fur over it, and then it looked way too much like a, oh, I'm exhausted, I'm so sorry. It looked too much like a muzzle, and I was like, okay, why don't I just put fabric over it? So I put Minky over top of that, and then I was like, oh shit, this doesn't look right either. And so I just put a little band of, felt. Yes, it's felt. I know, I'm bad. And, it almost looks like a pigeon, and it's adorable, and I love him. He's my son. But anyway, how do old heads age up well? They don't. They age terribly. Also, I just want to say a little thing. I've been using Walmart foam for the past almost 3 years. Wow, time flies. And, this head, I've had nothing crumble. I've had nothing fall apart. People want. I'm gonna sound really mean, and I'm not saying any makers, or I'm not like harassing anybody. But whoever says if you can't use Walmart foam, it yellows and blah 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 blah. Well, you know what? Shut up. You're not a fursuit maker if you have to frickin' brag about Joanne fabrics though. This is Joanne's foam. I'm using it because like that's all I have on hand, and it is the heaviest foam you will find. It is so heavy, it's a nightmare to carve. It dulled the shit out of my scissors. Both pairs, my fabric scissors and the ones I used to carve foam with. And it's just garbage foam to use. It's heavy, and I hear makers bragging about it, and how like we should put down makers who use the Walmart foam. But I mean, Walmart foam, just because it yellows, that doesn't mean shit. This thing's probably yellow underneath here, but I mean, like, come on, it's fucking upholstery foam. It's if this can last 2 years, hell, even Emmylou, this head right here, this head, if I cut this open right here, right now, it's actually not yellowed. Just because foam yellows, it doesn't mean anything. And the reason why I say it probably hasn't yellowed is because I did repairs on her a few months ago, but just because foam yellows a little bit doesn't mean you can go harass people and tell them they're fucking shit because they use Walmart foam. I mean, going to Joann's in general is just a ripoff. Considering how they've called my work a toilet bowl, how they've threatened me, how they bitched, whined, nagged, screamed in my face. It's like, if you were in a relationship with Joann's is that one abusive partner. It's just, overpriced, garbage, mislabeling, because they have mislabeled a shit ton of fabrics, especially their clearance, which is ridiculous. And they don't do refunds at all on anything, even if it's like brand new. They're just salty as shit. And the employees all act like they want to die and they don't want to be there. Which, it's like, then why are you working there? Go somewhere else. But anyway, thank you. I'm so sorry, I'm like exhausted right now. Thank you very much for watching. I very much appreciate it. But yes, this is going to be a little bat horse hybrid kimono thing. I was originally going to make it another angel dragon, but then I'm like, the ears are too short, and then I was like, oh, why not just do a bat? And then I was like, okay, why not? So yes, this is a bat. We'll reveal more about it later. It is going on a design that I made for another character, but for now, it's just gonna be a bat with no name. Well, kind of, maybe. New design, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, we'll see. Thank you guys very much for watching. Also, this is kind of a newer head. It's been sitting around for like months, but I'm finally doing something. It was furred, and then I ripped the fur off because I wasn't happy with it. So, anyway, thank you very much for watching. And this has been Scorpion's Fatality. And, hopefully this uploads, like, before tomorrow. I'm probably not doing a live stream tomorrow, but I will try my hardest to. I am going to have a very busy day tomorrow, so we shall see of live streams. I'm not doing a live stream on the weekend. Friday, there's a possibility in the morning. It just depends on how things go. I might do a sewing live stream because my calico bodysuit over there, it needs some mega adjustments, so I might be doing that on camera. I am not sure though, but we shall see. Anyway, thank you guys very much for watching. Thank you very much for the support. Oh, and one last thing before I go. I am planning on doing short-ish tutorials for somebody I know. So yes. Anyway, thank you guys again. Alright, bye!